Welcome. January 6th was a very bad day here in this country, but around the world as well. And today, January 10th, our Sunday message, we have a guest here, Lord Michael, who actually is going to address that in a short message. The source of the message today was the title. The title was actually given to me, The Impracticality of Being Human, by the angels, Raziel and Metatron, our teachers. And so they're here actually, as is the whole gallery here of the spiritual hierarchy. So we keep good company today. So we're going to take a few breaths just to center ourselves, reminding ourselves that our breath is the portal between the physical and the divine. So let's just take a few breaths to center ourselves, bringing in the golden light of divinity, bringing it through our body, and then exhaling any grayness, grimness, sadness. 3 breaths. And Lord Michael's here to give us a blessing. At the beginning of our message, I'd like to usually do this, have us have this be part of our practice. What is a blessing? A blessing is a circle of light drawn around a person to protect, heal, and strengthen. Life is a constant flow of emergence. The beauty of the blessing is its belief that it can affect what unfolds. When a blessing is invoked, a window opens in eternal time. The message from the Lord Michael, before he gives us additional blessing, because there will be a demonstration, is that light workers do not enter the fray. Please do not enter the fray. Pull back and center yourselves. You're the light, a light that should and will dominate the darkness that prevails right now. I request you shield yourselves and you focus. Support the cosmic activity of peacefulness and have it permeate the globe because you say so. This will not be a passive act. It's energetic work. I request you focus, intend, pray, and imagine. Imagine the peace that is possible when people are led by their heart and not their mind ego. And what I would like you to do, says Lord Michael, is create an energy bubble of white around you, including your aura. So if you close your eyes right now and picture your body holographically, create a bubble of light, beginning from the divine, bringing in light through the 8, 9, 10th chakras, through those that are physically apparent in our bodies by the energy forces, and include your aura. Lord Michael asks you to, as you sit here right now, expand that aura with your eye, the third eye, your imagination, out 6 to 10 feet. We're going to socially distance with our energetic bubble. This light, your light, becomes armor. As anything negative approaches or attempts to enter, like a bug approaching the electric shock of a fence or a hot light, it will be burnt out. It will be destroyed. Please keep all outside influences at bay, knowing that this energy bubble will protect you. As you are awake and keeping outside noise at bay, your light will continue to expand, and it'll begin the connection with other light workers near you and afar. And again expand, and again expand. Expand this connection. Merge. Awaken consciousness where it's asleep by the brightness of it. Introducing Christ consciousness around the world. Your affirmation, he requests you wake up with, my light becomes my armor. That is from Lord Michael as of this morning. Our opening prayer. If a small number of people gather lovingly together with absolute purity and sanctity, with their hearts free of the world, experiencing the emotions of the kingdom and the powerful magnetic forces of the divine, and being at one in their happy fellowship That gathering, this gathering, will exert its influence over all the earth. The nature of that band of people, we who come together, the words they speak, the deeds they do, will unleash the bestowals of heaven and provide a foretaste of eternal bliss. And now we're going to have a musical prelude by our friend Ronnie Rice.
This song is called Do Not Leave Your Cares at the Door. The music is by Elizabeth Alexander, and the lyrics are by Norman V. Naylor. Do not leave your cares at the door. Do not leave them there when you come into this place. Be open to forgiveness and transformation. Come on in, you are welcome here. And do not leave your cares at the door. Whoa, bring your pain and sorrow and joy. There's a place for them upon the altar of life. Be open to forgiveness and transformation. Come on in, you are welcome here. And do not leave your cares at the door. This is a place of grace, of losing and finding the way upon the winding road. Meeting and parting, stumbling and starting over. Every story is sacred here, even yours, even yours. So come on in and do not leave your cares at the door. Do not leave them there when you come into this place. Be open to forgiveness and transformation. Come on in, you are welcome here. And do not leave your cares at the door. Amen, amen, amen.
Thank you, Ronnie. Do not leave your cares at the door. Bring them on in. Bring them on in. The intention of today's lesson. We're now living in a momentous time, even by the political situation, where we must and can expand our consciousness beyond the limitations of our ego self and offer ourselves the opportunity to embody our highest purpose. The intentions of the angels is that we continue to move forward, causing and fulfilling on our dream we created in our last lesson for 2021. In fulfilling your dream, you will add love and light and peace to the earth. In fulfilling your dream. And with all the noise out there, Spirit wants to remind you, stay in your lane. Stay in your lane. You have something in particular to contribute because you chose to be in a particular path or on a particular purpose before you authored this life around you and cast it with the characters that surround you. The impracticality of being human, this stage called life. Our ego mind purpose is to embody a personality and experience the creativity of a human journey. Like a method actor in a play, the role of the ego mind is to fully immerse us in the reality of a physical life. To do so, it perceives itself to be separate from the wider world. Our heart knows better. The role of our heart, our feelings, is to unite. And ultimately, the role of our will is to reconcile these two parental influences and to meld them into the creativity and learning of our human experience. Shakespeare. All the world's a stage, and all the men and women players. The ego self is culturally conditioned. Therefore, it only acts in accordance with the prevailing worldview and beliefs. But it is literally unable to see what it cannot imagine. In essence, there's no resonance on that basis. And so the ego self has no way of attuning itself to new and effectively unimaginable phenomena. It succumbs to the whisperings in your ear. Who's whispering? What is it? What's being whispered in your ear? Your self imposed imposter syndrome apologies for not being enough, other people with their agendas of their own that they're committed to enroll you in. So you support them in mastering what they want. The rage of the collective. The rage of the collective. Not whispering, not whispering. Pretty much loudly there in our ears this week if you turn on a television or check Twitter on your phone. The complaints of the collective. The responses of the collective. The fight of the collective. All of those things which Lord Michael asked you, please, light workers, keep that at bay. Our awareness may be distorted, only partially understood, or even completely inaccurate. It represents our beliefs about reality rather than its actuality. So thought processes and emotions, whether true or otherwise, influence the behavior of ourselves. Accordingly, our mental and emotional convictions on both the conscious and the subliminal levels are able to influence our physical body, guiding it to health or dis-ease. The beliefs about ourselves which we develop during our formative years are especially powerful in imprinting our subconscious and habitual patterns of behavior. Such patterns may limit and blight our entire lives unless we seek them out to understand them and to heal them. Our ego mind persuades us of our individuality. Our heart may remember who we are if we allow it. If we allow our heart, it will reunite our bodies to ourselves and to others, but only if it's open. For many of us, our ego mind convinces us that the pain of emotional trauma, those early life experiences, will cease only if we stop feeling. We become numb. We think our feelings. We build up walls against true intimacy. The intimacy of connection. And we continue to harm ourselves over and over and over again. And we humans think we're so smart, so smart. We can outmaneuver these deeply embedded patterns that create triggers that in themselves create more pain to ourselves and others. We are mind smart, maybe. Heart smart, not so much. The primary role of our heart significantly affects how we interact with the world. Note here, check out the research of the Heart Math Institute that will support, explore, and explain a lot of what's being said here. Success in life as measured using both material criteria and the quality of our experience depends far more on our emotional intelligence rather than our intellectual prowess. Regardless of educational opportunities, our intellect is relatively fixed from childhood. We can develop our emotional intelligence if you're committed to and prepared to live and learn. There is now substantial scientific evidence that when we enhance our emotional intelligence and invoke the intuitive wisdom of our heart, we send energetic signals to every cell of our body, restoring balance and well being. Awareness and influence. There's a cost of the noise. There's a cost to this noise. Our normal waking perception is occupied with processing the awareness of the outer world through our five senses, especially our eyes and our ears. The quieter messages of our sixth sense and the non-local awareness of our seventh sense is drowned out by the noise around us. Feedback encourages our ego mind to relax and accept the perception of non-local information. Feedback, our feedback when we're intentional, our hearts open, getting our arms around the distinction of inner being, inner conversation, and outer noise. We do have and are given opportunities when we choose and intend as we get out of bed in the morning to be aware, to be aware. This allows us the experience of enhancing our psi receptivity, enables us to improve our conscious ability and pass. Another short affirmation given to me. Let E dash go and let God. Let E dash go and let God. Practice, 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 practice being awake. Co-creation. So where we're coming in from is dealing with the fact that that's the impractical nature of being human. We get in our own way. We take ourselves off pathways. We close ourselves down to our dreams and the opportunity. We lose sight. The higher our vibrational awareness, the more focused our attention, and the more coherent our intention, the greater our empowerment to consciously co-create sustained well-being and further create our future. We are the co-creators. Coherence. If we loosen the tight grip of our ego mind, we can access consciousness in the light alert state of what people would call trance to create what we imagine. We raise the energy. The atoms of the material world, the watt, to the same level of those atoms in our energy fields, our heart, our excitement levels. The watt is imagined and given the energy of and sustained by our why, our excitement, our passion. We then become coherently attuned. That dream for 2021 that you've created in your studio becomes real. And as we imagine and bring forth the matter and meet it with the energy of the passion, of the love for it, the hope for it, we have a coherent message to the universe. We're coherent. We're cohering, originating energy patterns of matter, of energy, emotion, to become a single entity. Ultimately, the dream fulfilled. The dream fulfilled. Your 2021, as you imagined it, humans, is there. It's just there waiting for you. But not because you wish for it, not because you hope for it, not because you think there's a to-do list and you follow it. You've got to get up and where you exist as divine authority and bring it to you. You're going to bring it to you. You're an energy field. You're an energy field. You are an energy field. And it includes matter and it includes energy. It includes who you are spiritually. There's a unity of the ever-changing forms, the creative dance of the inner self, thoughts, feelings, senses that are perpetuated by our ego self. And then there's our outer self, the real relationships with others, real, and the outer world. We're bringing them together, operating together, not at the effect of one or the other, to get to the I, that ego, that I, to identify, to state coherently the dream, the dream. Attunement. We perceive and influence the raising of the energy of these fields, the material. And remember, materially, everything's energy. You know that, right? We have Einstein to thank us for this fact, and the quantum physicists who are still delivering to us the information that there is nothing but energy. So that energy of those cells that make up what has a low frequency called the material matter, and the influence of those non-seen energies, we influence them. We influence them with our intention and our attention to who they are, what they are as distinctions. We raise these energies, imagining. We're using our imagination, our sense of sensation. What would it feel like when I have that, when I get there? We're adding in the intention of deserving it, of owning it. And we're paying attention that we're putting in the time. We're creating a practice on a daily basis. Set your alarm clocks. Go to your studio. Take the 10 minutes. And get back to the canvas of your mind, in your journal, of that dream called your 2021. Consistent effort, consistent attention paid back to that dream daily. For most of us, the most difficult thing to quiet is our monkey mind. The insistent way our waking, egoic consciousness darts here and there in a continual dialogue, fomenting ideas, passing judgments, and processing the everyday experiences of our life. But stop, slow it all down, take your place in your studio, whether it's your reading chair or your private office or a corner of the kitchen table, and focus on your breathing. And as monkey mind thoughts arise, allow them, allow them, allow them, and then allow them to flow away. Consider they are, again, too, only energy. Like the wind on a flag, it will pass. They will pass. Let them flow away. Have it be effortless. As we focus again on our in and out breath, have it be effortless. Do not judge those thoughts. Don't force them away, because you don't want to pull them to you. Apply no energy. Do not manhandle them. Allow them to be and then flow away. Resonance. The universe responds by manifesting our dream. our wants, the fulfillment of who we say we are and what we say we want. Visualize what that would look like for you. Imagine the outcome. If this were so, what would this look like? Imagine. And the sensations will arrive. Abraham talks about this. We talk about this in the law of manifestation. The sensations will arrive. The heart will open and be ready to allow in this fulfilled dream and the outcome, the results of having this fulfilled dream. This is kind of like awareness at a distance to a completely different mode of perception because we're not coming from these five senses. We're coming from here, here, our higher authority, our divine authority. Co-creator and creation, co-creator and creation, co-creator and creation. There's an attunement. Bring the dream to you. Open your arms to the skies and bring forward to you the energy of the cosmos. The energy of the cosmos through your eighth chakra, the point of which we stand, us, the divine authority, in different galaxies across many realities. Bring in that color. Bring in the feeling of wellness, of calm, of joy, of peace. Because here now, at that point in time, we're now engaged in activating and exploiting the gifts of the eighth chakra, where our creative expression of all of our consciousness, subliminal, ego self-consciousness, other consciousness, our gifts, the sixth and seventh psi phenomena, all of it becomes expanded and attuned. And the journey is a journey of wholeness. The divine authority, our divine authority, who we are as divine beings, holds all of this, those four bodies, mind, heart, body, spirit, personality, that localized personality, the local world, our immediate emotions. But all of it, it reigns supreme. And now we're cognizant of our duality, not as just human, spiritual, but we've now arrived at co-creator creation. I am who I say I am. Be present to the I am. I am who I say I am. The information that I took some of this from, and this is only like 2 chapters in this book, Spirit introduced me to, it was called The Eighth Chakra, Where It Is and How It Can Transform Your Life by Dr. Jude Caravan, Currivan, Jude Caravan. It's a very exciting book and talks about uniquely who we are as energy. And I think in a way that people really will get it. So what's our tone today? There's a lot of noise out there, but what's our tone? What are we bringing to the table, light workers? We're bringing being playful, being prayerful, being powerful, being generative, deeply feeling our emotions, not disowning them. High energy, grateful. So what is 2021? What is your dream? How have you staged it? Who are the actors? What is the outcome? What's the intended fulfillment? How is it in alignment with your divine purpose? What are you going to learn in 2021? What's the compliment you want to most likely be offered that you haven't been offered before? May wisdom and power and love permeate and inform our mind, our emotions, physical bodies, and subtle energies as we do the groundwork. We give thanks now to the divine source and the divine authority, just waiting to radiate our intentions to every corner of the cosmos that we have access to through our eighth chakra. We shall penetrate time and space, dimensions, and all realities. We shall penetrate our spiritual and existential worlds with our love and our words, created in the highest frequency of wisdom. And these words of wisdom instantly dissolve our ignorance of our self-seeking ego mind. And all who perform this as a service for themselves, as their daily blessing, will add to the light the planet needs, will restore you to full power, will give you a sense of holding on to who you are for longer periods of time. And you'll add to the unification of humanity's consciousness. Remember our purpose, ultimately, as shared by the Tibetan. It's to grace this plane by uniting human consciousness in that white light, such that Christ's consciousness as promised will appear. We are it. We're some of the atoms of it. So we want to take on, again, Lord Michael's blessing. He's asking light workers to stay out of the fray, stay centered in your lane, light worker, in your lane. Expanding the white light on the planet by focus. Focus. The short prayer offered is, all light becomes our armor. And that light will diminish the darkness in the world, not just in mine. That light will satiate the world, not just my world. Grace the world with your light. Take the days and organize them such that you practice coherence, attunement, and a listening for the resonance as the universe does return to you what you asked for. So as we offer up from all the hearts that hear this now or in the future, peace on earth, peace on earth. Bring light, light workers, bring light. Namaste. I love you.